I gotta get my rest.
On every flight, we carry a box of toys for the benefit of all our passengers. Swissair, how very civilized.
Anyway, I was in the post office when she comes in, picking up a HGV licence application. Not for him with an articulate lorry, and the Pack-a-Mac and the sideboards. All I'll say is he was in the post office opening a joint national savings account Tuesday last. Ooh, I thought there'd never be more than one slice in his toaster. Don't look. Him on the 73. He was in for a bus pass and a look at the electoral register. And I think we all know whose particulars he's been taking down. He never is. And then young Nigel. He comes in the post office to get some photos enveloped. Fancy. Apparently he's got one of those paranoid cameras.
The minute I first set eyes on her, I knew. After 2 minutes in the jeweller's shop, I knew. And when she was not absolutely sure, but I knew. Or I thought I knew. I knew. 2 buggies, 2 trikes, 2 bikes, 1 school, twice. So the night she said, do you think we should maybe, you know? I knew.
If you're in the know, if you know that taking care of life's expenses depends on careful saving and investment, you're in the Norwich.
They blindfolded me and put me into the car.
Go on.
They found the microfilm. The courier was the old zither player. They left the city by St. David's. He used a phone. He dialed 081 800 9101. Then, funny, they just let me go.
Anything else?
Yes, the car. It was a Citroën ZX.
How do you know?
I just know.
The Citroën ZX. Everything about it says quality.
So you can't phone? You can't pick up a phone and dial? You got maybe something wrong with your finger? It's an allergic reaction to telephones. A phobia. You're telephobic.
Hello, Mum.
So you can't visit, you can't come round, you can only phone.
Phone home. Be appreciated.
Never mind. It's a pleasure to hear your voice. A little more often wouldn't hurt.
We fly to Switzerland 11 times a day. A comforting thought. Swissair, how very civilized.
Mrs. Moore.
Oh, don't you pay any more, Mrs. Moore. Mrs. Moore, please don't pay any more.
The goods are waiting here in rows and rows,
and the price is low when you're at Rumbellows.
So be careful with your dog, take it straight to Rumbellows.
Don't pay any more, Mrs. Moore. By the look in your eyes,
Paul Young, his new album, From Time to Time. All his greatest hits and more.
Full of instinct, your Whiskas cats. They know how to tell you what they like. And you can be sure that Whiskas, the world's most preferred cat food, is full of everything they need and love. Cats instinctively know what they like and what's good for them. Cats would buy Whiskas.
All together, teamwork. I want you to give it 100%. Shredded wheat is 100% whole wheat. No added sugar or salt. Come on, who's been eating 3? Shredded wheat and small shredded wheat. 100% whole wheat.
For delicious sweet and sour pork or chicken, simply add new Uncle Ben's sweet and sour sauce. Just look at those really crispy vegetables. You'll enjoy an exciting, mouth-watering meal in minutes. New Uncle Ben Stir Fry. Perfect results every time.
Oh, my leg hurts like hell, Carl. I'm gonna need some help, mate.
Well, there's a place about 20 miles up the road. Don't go running off now, will you?
Oh, great. How long before the flying doc gets here, mate?
Oh, heck.
Australians wouldn't give a Castlemaine XXXX for anything else.
Hey, listen up, people, and call this number. You'll get right into it real quickly. Wanna have a laugh and talk to nice people? Call 0898 60 60 60.
And you've joined us just as your Thames Ford dealers have put their prices on ice. A wonderful chance to see these Escort and Orion Encores in action. All beautiful wheel trims, stereo radio cassettes and sunroofs. Oh, a marvellous performance, and what do the judges think they're worth? Quite amazing, even better scores than last spring. And here we have a very popular pair, the Sierra Quartz and Sierra Chasseur. Both cars anxious to show off their attributes. Yes, lovely synchronised sunroofs. Oh, and how's that for a double rear axle turn? And what will the judges give this time? First, the Sierra Chasseur. That's amazing! Now the Sierra Quartz 2-litre. Incredible, same score as 1990. So if you want a brand new Ford while the prices are still frozen, you'd better get your skates on. Thames Ford dealers. Better deals from better dealers.